Hey guys, so we're gonna do a little bit of a different kind of a video here today. So we're gonna hop in the Chevelle and take a cruise through Saskatoon. We're not gonna do the whole city. We're just gonna stay to kind of the cruise friendly areas, scenic routes. And today I got Ken. Ken's gonna be our cameraman. Ken really needs no introduction. However, if you're new to the channel, Ken, we did a video on his old school drag wagon build, and we also did a nice video on his British American gas and oil collection. So look for those in a playlist. Anyway, we're gonna hop in the Chevelle here and go for a ride. You guys will get a bird's eye view of the city from the Chevelle.
Buckled up here and then
Look, Ken buckled up and
we'll see how
safety first, eh?
We'll see how this goes. Okay, here we go.
The audio turns out okay. Is 8th Street, Saskatoon. So 8th Street's kind of cruise central. Years ago when I moved here in '89, apparently back then in the early 90s, 8th Street, Saskatoon was the only street in Canada that had 2 legal U-turns. So it made it kind of a sweet spot for cruising. This is kind of the cruise central here. Now I don't know when, but apparently the city took down one of the legal U-turns, so now there's only one U-turn on this street. But people still cruise here on a regular basis every day. I don't know if we'll see any hot rods. It's Sunday afternoon.
You never know.
Maybe towards the evening we'd see some, but we're kind of early in the day to...
Well, I heard a few go by my place.
You did?
Already. Yeah, a few loud pipes anyways. So,
there's Dodge City.
City.
That's where Ken works.
that's where I work.
Another fun fact about Ken is he's been a body man for 41 years.
Yeah.
I mentioned in other videos that I got a lot of talented friends. Ken's one of them.
Seems like sometimes 61 years, but
Very talented body man. He's worked on a lot of neat cars, and he's super good body man. 41 years experience.
I just got you fooled, that's all.
And he's a modest guy too. It's the A&W on our right here. That's kind of have a lot of hop nights there. That parking lot fills, both parking lots fill up with cars.
Yeah.
Kind of a neat spot. Of course, the coronavirus kind of put a damper on some of that stuff. Nice day to take a ride anyway.
Yes, it is. Not a cloud in the sky hardly.
Popeyes, I didn't even know that was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a couple years now.
turn around and I go home. I haven't actually cruised this street since the 90s. It's been a long time. So here's one of the legal U-turns.
And there's still the other one down there.
Is there?
Yep. Yeah, it's still going.
This is one that all the cruisers use here anyway.
Yeah. Well, they use that other one too to get a little longer run.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, there you go. See, I haven't done this for a long time.
Oh, you gotta get out. You gotta get out more, Gary.
Back in the 90s, I used to cruise this street a lot. Burnt a lot of dinosaurs on this stretch of road. Back then too, I think the story was there was like 100 restaurants on this street, this stretch of road, and I don't know what it would be today. There's probably more.
Yeah, probably. I mean, lots of things, you know, like right up in here where the Superstore is used to be a motel. At one time it was out in the middle of the boondocks. Same with Kentucky Fried Chicken over in there. That used to be like a mile out of town.
Yeah, this was the end of the city.
Oh yeah.
It's grown lots.
And then on the other side of the Superstore there was a drive-in. For sure what Chevelle used to be. So there's actually a lot of history along this strip of that they used to be out in the,
there used to be a circle track at the end of the street.
back
here.
behind us on the other side of the overpass there where we turned. Yeah.
Racetrack at the end of 8th Street.
Yep. Yeah, this is where the Superstore is back here. Used to be the Holiday House Motel. That's where all the drag racers used to stay when they came into the city.
Ah, okay.
Yep. And then
I do remember that.
yeah. I used to come in, and then I used to come in on a Friday night, and I'd go and drive around and see who came in, you know, all the cars in the trailers and stuff. This used to be a drive-in right here at one time.
Yeah, lots has changed.
And then Dodge City's been here since 1968 in this same spot.
Right?
Yeah, 1968. Came from downtown. Moved in from downtown in 1968.
Saskatoon's about population of, what is it now, 300,000?
About 300. It might be a little less, but it's around 300,000.
It's not a real big city, but I guess it's considered the biggest in the province. Of course, there's only 1 million people in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an okay size. And on the left, there's the Dairy Queen. A lot of videos got taken there in the last month or so. That's another hangout spot for.
That's been around. The original building is from the 50s, and the lady that owned it just passed away here a year or two ago.
Oh, is that right?
I guess so. It's the family still owns it, and I know everybody's kind of hoping they keep it that way and not modernize it, because it's got that really cool, you know,
that 50s
that
vibe,
50s look to it. You know, the yard, or you know, the whole building and stuff. So hopefully it stays that way.
The building next to it, the Great Canadian Oil Change, I'm going to have to do a little bit of a walk around on that one. That one's got a neat car connection from the owner.
Yep.
He's well, I'll have to talk about that in another video. That one's got a cool car connection, cool 50s vibe to it.
Yeah, it's got quite a history to it, even going back to the Dragons Car Club too.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that in a future video.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Now, unfortunately, there's some construction down the road here, so we're gonna cut 8th Street a little short.
Gotta like the tuner cars.
Yeah, it's gotta make noise.
I have an old picture of the original gas station there that opened in 1954, the Esso station.
It's all right.
Yeah, Andel's Service, I think it was called, or something like that. 1954 was the grand opening of that station.
1954, and
yeah.
it's still an Esso.
Still an Esso. It's changed, you know, different building and whatnot, but it's still an Esso station. Yeah. This is getting into the older part of Saskatoon, what they call a temperance colony.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. This is this area goes back to the late 1800s. A lot of these houses. These particular houses in here are probably 30s and 40s, but you get a little bit closer to the river, and they're a lot more character type homes that are quite nice. This is getting into the, like I say, the early part of Saskatoon.
The east side.
The east side, the temperance colony. On the other side wasn't. This side here for many years was like alcohol free, stuff like that.
Right, yeah. I remember hearing that.
It was only into the, I think, into the 60s when they started having, you know, the bars and stuff like that over on the side of town. But it's kind of neat history. You know, some of the old houses in here.
We're gonna head down to the river. There's a nice stretch of road down by the river, kind of a scenic, cruise-friendly area.
Yeah.
How long have you lived here now, Ken?
I moved up here in '89.
Well, that's when I moved here.
Yeah.
89.
Yeah, '89 is when I moved up here. Mom and Dad moved up here in '82, so I used to come up pretty much wasn't every weekend, every other weekend. So you know, it was pretty much always up here all the time, but I moved up here for good in '89, summer of '89. And then I bought my first house in summer of '90.
Is that right?
August of '90, yeah, bought my first house. Over here's the University of Saskatchewan.
Yeah, that's
Very prestigious university in Canada. A lot of things happen. This is University Bridge here, and the South Saskatchewan River. You know, you could actually jump on a boat 6 miles from our farm down home and take the boat all the way up through here. Less, you'd have to go around Gardner Dam.
Is that right?
Same, yeah. You can go right from 6 miles from our farmyard right through to here, if you wanted to. There's the university across the river there to the east. And playland. We've got a Ferris wheel. Kind of hard seeing this little viewfinder here, but I think I got it. But yeah, it looks like there's stuff going on here.
That's a busy place.
Yeah. There's a few modern hot rods on the street there.
Saskatoon's kind of known as the city of bridges. It's, what are we up to, 7?
Something like that.
And I think they're building an 8th.
Yeah, that'll be down the road, but
so we at least crossed one of 7 for sure. A lot of bridges here. The city's kind of divided by the river.
Yeah, east side and west side. And it's kind of funny, you know, where I grew up along the river on the southwest corner of this river, it was a whole different world. Like, you know, that was a whole different, you know, you didn't know anybody or anything like that. And here, you know, like you just cross the river pretty much every day.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, you know, when I first came up here to realize that. One of our many hospitals, we got 3 hospitals in the city here.
Right, yeah.
They're along the river here again.
You see some of the university across the way. That's a city in itself. It's a self-contained city. People from all over the world.
All over the world, yeah.
Attend that university.
That's our new Jim Pattison Children's Hospital there. Latest one. Even the river's down. Look at how much the river's down this year. Holy cow.
I've never seen that sandbar.
I don't. been a long time as that, but it is low this year.
It's been dry. It's been really dry.
But I know all poplar trees, or what are they, poplar or elm?
Elm, I think.
Elm trees. In the summertime, it just gets leaved over, just like a real, almost like a tent. Just covered over. It's like
Fancy houses.
very fancy houses along here. Pretty nice. There's a punch buggy. Yeah, here's the weir. That weir was built in the 1930s.
Oh, really?
I'm not exactly 100% sure, but it's something to do with regulating the water flow or something like that through here.
Yeah, cleaning it.
Yeah, I can't remember. I've read it. It's a long time ago since I read it, but there's a bit of a neat history with the weir there. And it was one of the, I think it was one of the make work projects in the dirty 30s too, in the Depression era, along with the Besborough Hotel. But I think the weir had something to do with that as well. More fancy schmancy houses.
Yeah, the properties along this stretch of road, some of them are older, some of them are newer, but
Yep.
they're all considered very valuable because they've got the view of the riverfront.
Yep. I remember looking at that one little house there. When I was looking at a house over here in 1990, that was just a finished renovated house for $80,000 some back then.
In 1990.
In 1990, yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of money back then.
That was a lot of money back then, but I can just imagine what it's like now.
Yeah,
Or
half a million plus, I'm sure.
Probably, yeah. This over in this area is Richmond Heights, is where my mom and dad had their house that I really wished I would have bought back then.
Yeah, that would
But
be
really nice area, Pest Hill there. That's where a lot of the tobogganers come. Oh, there's
hot rodder.
yeah, I don't know if I knew who that was. There's some more bridges. There's Pest Hill. Straight in behind there is where my mom and dad lived. Circle Drive Bridge. There's the river there. Lots of neat houses in here.
Somebody kayaking out there.
Yeah, there. Yeah, it's low. There's times when the water will go around the corner here. There's a lot of times the water's almost right up to the street. Lots of fancy houses around here. Along here, there has been wet years where that water is up to the trail there where the people are walking, and up here where it's a little closer, it's been just licking up to the edge of the street here at times.
Try to
Are you
get
gonna go up here?
turned around here. I think I'm gonna go back. Meander through the downtown area.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice up there too, but I thought
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah, it's actually some really nice houses. It's there's a lot of cool houses that actually people go to the owners and knock on their doors after they can get their cars, take pictures of their cars in front of their houses.
Oh, is that right?
Oh yeah, like them big brick mansion, like the Beverly Hillbillies and stuff like that. And they got a big driveway in the front and all the nice,
Circle Drive, and yeah.
you know, and there's a lot of people that get their cars, or used to. I don't know if they do anymore, but lots of people get their cars photographed in those areas. Yeah, some neat houses.
some tiny, you know, wartime houses, then you'll get a giant
Yep.
mansion in between.
And I think a lot of them were the wartime houses, and they were built on and built on and built on, and then some of them were knocked down, and probably in the 60s, because a lot of these have like this one here has a lot of mid-century modern look to it, you know. So I think in the 60s there was a lot of them that were renovated or tore down, and other houses built on the same property. It's kind of interesting.